We come to you live from the Wallace Civic Center at Fitchburg State University as FA-Team presents coverage of Red Raider Ice Hockey. And tonight, the Red Raiders with a road game, if you will, to try to spoil the senior night for Leominster High School as they take on their arch rivals, the Blue Devils, in the second meeting of the rivalry on ice. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daniel Bolak. Happy to have you along with us here tonight. The Red Raiders come into this game with a record of 6-8, 3-6 mark in the Coughlin. They've lost their last three contests. Most recently, we saw them at home, that 2-1 loss to Littleton Bromfield on Saturday. They went out to Gardner, had a home game, but because ice time and what have you, ended up having to play in Gardner at the home of the Gardner Wildcats. Ended up being a close game, but Gardner for the second time this year prevailing by a score of 3-2. Austin Haas and Cody Berkio had the goals for the Red Raiders, and Easton Menardi made 27 saves, but the Raiders outshot 30-15 and couldn't stop the Wildcats from getting the season sweep. As for the Leominster Blue Devils, they were just recently in action a couple nights ago when they took on the Blue Knights of Lunenburg Air Shirley, a team that will have the coverage of when Fitchburg Monty Tech takes them on their senior night in 2 nights' time. And that didn't go well for the Blue Devils as well, a 5-1 loss to LAS just a couple days ago. Mike Martin had the lone goal for the Blue Devils. Jacob Turner had the assist on that one. And Taven Linus had 44 saves, but the Blue Devils outshot 49-18 in that one. And the Blue Devils coming today, record 1 win, 13 losses, 2 draws, bottom of Division 2. Then another struggle for the blue and black and white, just really struggling to put together results. They've had some positives this season. They've had some games where they've been in the thick of things as the team gets older and wiser. They had their first one on the ice in quite a bit of time when they took down Timberlane last month, a 4-3 win against the visitors from New Hampshire. The Red Raiders will be playing that same Timberlane team on Sunday. The Blue Devils trying to keep things going, trying to find positives under fourth-year head coach Frank Mooney. Get just 1 win against that Timberlane side. They have a couple of draws, one coming against Assabet in the Bushnell tournament in the consolation game, and then another one against Minuteman, the trade school out of Lexington. Looking at Leominster's side, their big offensive player, Jacob Turner, from the games that were reported to the Telegram Gazette, he's got at least 8 goals on the season. Of the 30 goals that the Blue Devils have scored, we know the identities of 20 of those goal scorers. We can tell you Turner's been one of those head turners, if you will, 12 of the 20, factoring in on 12 of the 20 points that the Blue Devils have registered that have been reported. Jordan Adu, a captain who's been with this team for all 4 years of his high school career. He's got 3 goals and 5 assists at the very least this season, so another one of those big contributors. And Caden Byington, a junior forward/defenseman who was a transfer from St. Bernard's, has been contributing as well with 8 points on the campaign. And the Blue Devils, this is their senior night tonight. They've got a couple road games to finish the season against Littleton Bromfield and Bellingham, but they do at least have 5 seniors tonight who are being honored, playing their final regular season game here at the Wallace Civic Center. Aiden Dale, Dominic Bork, Cody Larson, Jordan Adu, and Andrea Schultz. And they're all going to be honored here tonight. And the Red Raiders, on that 3-game losing streak, they're trying to spoil the party here and try to get back to their winning ways. And they probably know this is a must-win game for them. As going down the stretch in the Tuesday Power ratings, they were rated 31st in Division 4. They're starting to run out of comfort, if you will, in terms of how much margin of error they have, so that if they don't finish at 500, can they still get in with a solid rating? And right now, they don't have a lot of margin left on that. They need to find some wins quickly. And Leominster charts out to be a game that they can come away with the win against. And they're definitely looking to come away with the victory, because you think about it this way. They could win tonight. They could win against Timberlane and Oakmont, who's left on their schedule. Oakmont's had their struggles recently. Timberlane is still looking for a win since restarting their program a couple of years ago. And they have Lunenburg Air Shirley on Saturday, who will always be a tough test. Those Blue Knights 13-2-1 at this point of the campaign. So the Raiders know they can't let too many opportunities slip away, and then they're going to have to try to find something in the CMATA, whether it be in the quarterfinals or in a consolation game. They've got to try to find a win somewhere in there just to ensure they can get to those 10 wins and get themselves in the postseason. Of course, if they can beat LAS on Saturday, all the more sweeter. It makes things a little bit easier. But tonight is a night that they know they've got to try to come away with the victory and try to spoil the festivities for the home-standing Blue Devils. And for Leominster, they would like to come away with the victory on their senior night. 5 seniors to be honored tonight. We're going to let you listen into Jim LaPointe for the starting lineups and the senior day festivities right here on FATV.
Tonight is senior night for the Devils, but before we get to the senior festivities, let's meet the starting lineup for the Raiders. Starting at right wing, number 18, Cody Berkio. Center, number 7, Tucker Watkins. Left wing, number 20, Colin Hines. Defense, number 24, Cam Begnosh. Defense, number 2, Alex Armstrong. In goal, number 30, Easton Minardi. The head coach for the Raiders is Noah Saracen. And now for the senior festivities, I turn the mic over to head coach Frank Moody.
Hi guys, thank you for coming out tonight for our senior night. We're going to recognize all the accomplishments and hard work of our 5 seniors this year. So first, number 3, Aiden Dale, joined by parents Tina and Jeff, brother Patrick, and Nana Anne Marie. Next we have number 4, Dom Bork, joined by mom Paula. Next we have number 18, Cody Larson, joined by dad Adam and sister Imani. Next we have number 28, Andreas Schultz, joined by mom Michelle and sibling Amelia. And finally, number 20, Captain Jordan Adu, joined by parents Jessica, Danny, and sister Juliana.
One more time for the seniors, Leominster High School. Ladies and gentlemen, students, at this time I would ask you all to please stand as we honor our nation and the flag with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
And there were the Senior Day festivities here at the Wallace Civic Center for the Leominster Blue Devils. 5 seniors, Aiden Dale, Dom Bork, Cody Larson, Andreas Schultz, and Captain Jordan Adu being honored here tonight as Leominster looks for their second win of the 23-24 campaign. But the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders, their arch rivals, looking to snap a 3-game losing streak and try to get back on track as the season's winding down here in 2024. Starting lineups. So the starting goaltender for Leominster is Logan Wood. He's a junior. He's also a 4th-year player. He was rostered as an 8th grader for this Blue Devils side. He's played the majority of the games. Estimated goals against is in the low 6s. Save percentage around .865. And for the Red Raiders, they're going back to Easton Minardi in goal for his 3rd straight appearance. 213 goals against, .917 save percentage. Raiders will go from right to left in the road red uniforms. Blue Devils from left to right in the home whites. That one's flipped high in the air, picked up by Tucker Watkins in the left wing corner for the Red Raiders. He'll keep control of it. Watkins steps into the slot, takes the shot, and a glove save by Wood. 26 seconds gone, our first shot of the contest. Mentioned the Raiders after tonight. They'll be playing Lunenburg Ayer Shirley in their own senior night game on February the 10th. 6:10 puck drop estimated. Raiders take control of the draw. Watkins out right side, one-timer, and a great save by Wood. And on the rebound, he's able to track it and glove it. Great opportunity for the Red Raiders. As Berkio was right out in front, Watkins bided out his time, then found the senior to try to one-time that, but Wood able to go post to post and stay with him. These two teams played last month. Wood was the starting netminder for the Blue Devils, and that one went 47 for 51. And a 4-1 victory for the Red Raiders. Blue Devils were able to spoil the shutout in the final minute. Raiders looking to spoil something more here tonight. Nearly a minute gone as Alex Armstrong will backhand it in the zone from the blue line. Intercepted by the Blue Devils, sent back out. Berkio will dump it right back in. James Connors looking for that one. Also Jacob Turner there as well on the right side, battling forward in the corner. Raiders take control, move it out to the left side. Look to settle for a one-timer to Bruno. Couldn't get a stick on it. Gendron goes across, hops over the stick of Nick Paquette. On the right side, kept in at the point by Brett Mayu. And thrown around the boards, left wing corner. Or Bruno, thrown into the slot, one-timer, couldn't be shot cleanly. And dumped down the boards and down the ice. Ryan Gavin will have to get that one. 13:15 to go in the first, no score. Raiders were down some key personnel last Saturday against Littleton Bromfield. A number of players were out of the lineup, but they're all back in the lineup tonight. Like just about all the scratches I could remember, all making their way back in. Icing against the Red Raiders will bring the draw all the way down to one side of Easton Minardi with 1:59 gone. And Jordan Adu, the lone captain for the Blue Devils, to take the draw. Battle for it, won't win it. Not able to win the draw against Nick Paquette. Brett Mayu behind the net. Tries to drop it off. Pressure there from Caden Byington. Far side, spit down the ice. Will go for icing. If it makes it to the goal line, it will. Aindale will track it there. And icing will bring it all the way back down again. Looking how the conference has gone this year. This is the first year for Leominster in the Coughlin Conference. They've been in the Roy previously, which is the sort of North Central Mass Conference for the higher division teams. And although Leominster's Division II, the performances on the ice in recent years have made it clear that's probably not the right place for them. And in terms of scheduling, they've alleviated a little bit of concerns with how strong and how tough the matchups have been by trying to give them teams that are a little more on their level by getting them into the Coughlin, which is for those lower division teams in North Central Mass. But they were in the Roy last year, only came away with that forfeit victory over Wachusett. This year they haven't gotten any wins in conference play. The one win coming against an out-of-state opponent that Fitchburg Monty Tech will have on their schedule as well, as players get tied up at the blue line, the red line, excuse me. Matt Daniels backhands it in. Be settled down by the Blue Devils and Dale. And thrown back down on the far side. Jackson Leader at his own blue line. Passes it up for Nick Atkins. And beyond into the Blue Devil end. Atkins will play it off the bounce off the boards. But Leominster will take it from Jacob Turner. He'll circle around his own net. Turner just a sophomore, but already some solid numbers. He's going to be a base in the foundation for the Blue Devils to help build this team up. So there's the first shot on target of the game for Leominster. Late on the line change. Caden Byington getting that shot off, then changing off. As the legs were so exhausted, it was an easy kick save for Easton Minardi. He's had an impressive run of form late. Gavin Roy, pass it off the boards. Chris Stefanillo into the zone. Stood up there at the blue line. Raiders have to check up just a little bit. As Roy regains the zone. Tries to get to Kyle Gendron. Puck pops in the air on the left side. Roy in the corner. Gendron trying to track that. He'll keep control of it. Dance on the blue line. Try to squeeze through all of the Blue Devils. Gets a backhand shot off. Goes just wide. Got Wood moving from post to post. Begnosh keeps it in at the right point for the Red Raiders. Round to the left side. Armstrong will pinch. Take that one. Bad angle shot. Wood got a piece of that. Begnosh with a blast. That hits a body in front. Begnosh trying to get back on top of that one. Taken by the Blue Devils. Backhanded out of the zone by Connors. And down the ice it'll go. And it will go for icing. 10:13 to go in the first period. No score. Now to close out this schedule, Leominster's got Littleton Bromfield on Wednesday, on Valentine's Day. Before that, they're at Oakmont on the 10th. That's 2 days from now. Then they close out their regular season against the Bellingham Blackhawks, who haven't found a win this season, 0-13-2. Still some opportunities for the Blue Devils to find some victories. So that shot there went off the side of the net. Another shot. High riser to top right corner, but just missed the mark. Begnosh got more opposition stick than he did puck as he tried to dump that back into the Devil zone. Tucker Watkins circles, picks that up. Colin Hines on the left side. Going into the corner around the net. Given a little bit of space to work. Had it checked off his stick. Blue Devils tried to take it away. Watkins steps in. Tries to continue moving along. Watkins is just a freshman. 1 of 4 on this roster for Fitchburg Monty Tech. Blue Devils will clear it down the ice. Byington gets on his horse, but it will go for icing nevertheless. Probably would have won the race if hybrid. but it's no-touch icing in Federation rules. Blue Devils will get 5 fresh skaters on the ice, as Federation rules allows for that as well. And the draw will come to the right of Logan Wood with 9:20 to go in the first. Shots 4-1 in favor of the Red Raiders. Off the draw, battling forward in the slot. A lot of touches on the puck, but no solid contact to be made. Jacob Pruno able to take it right off the stick of Dylan Gaudreau, and Pruno able to manufacture a breakaway, shoots wide. This is the far side post. Now a similar shot like that against Littleton Bromfield had more or less the same results. It's been a little snake bit this season. 3 goals on the campaign for Pruno. On the near side, Gavin and Gendron both trying to dig that out. It's all in positioning by the Blue Devils, wouldn't let them get very far. Regaining the zone, Gavin's shot goes off the leg of Carter Moget. Into the left side corner, Dylan Gaudreau trying to get it out of the zone, gets that pass up, and here is Moget into the zone. He gets the shot off, and that's paddled away by Minardi. Into the right wing corner, and the Raiders will pick it up and skate it up from Paquette. Out to the right side. There's Gendron with some moves. Backhands towards goal, couldn't get it cleanly away. Now on the right side, Wood trying to hold that post, and he's able to do so successfully. In a slightly awkward position there was the junior. He was falling on his wallet, trying to hold that far side post with his skate to it and try to close up any space for that puck to try to squeeze through. With all of his effort, he is able to close that door and keep it scoreless. On the right side, a shot flutters wide off the boards, cleared away by the Blue Devils to the near side for Lucas Renda. He wants to get out of the zone, battling with Travis Carlson. Able to get it to the red line. Brett Mayu stands strong, though. A couple of flicks and self-passes. Carlson picks that up in the corner. Also a freshman for the Red Raiders. Another one of those players to watch in years to come. Mayu trying to get the shot off, not cleanly away. To the right wing corner for Johnny Denning. That pass will miss everybody, and down the ice it will go. It will make it to the goal line. They'll say that was obtainable. So they waive the icing. And Byington stealing away that pass. Byington, shot save by Minardi. Great chance there for the Blue Devils. Their best scoring chance of the night thus far. Dumped in, delayed offside as Jeanette was in the zone illegally. And a long stretch pass lost in the skates of Jackson Leader. Matt Daniels will follow along. Come back to the Blue Devils' end. Pass up the far side. Another clashing of sticks. Daniels gets the puck first for the Red Raiders. On for Jackson Leader. 6:31 to go in the first period. No score. Shots 5-3 in favor of the Red and Gray as they regain the Blue Devil zone. Out to the left side corner. Now to the point, Leader. Back into the corner. Looking for Stefanillo. Strong stick work there to try to keep it out of the reach of the Blue Devils. That's Byington into the zone. He's got another chance, gets a nice pass off, but isn't able to find Mike Martin. Back in the left wing corner of the Raiders' end. Byington behind the net. Really battling there. The Red Raiders are moving along and out of the zone. Gavin Roy pushed into the boards. Kyle Gendron with the self-pass, one-on-one into the zone. Gendron trying to put on the moves, looking for reinforcements to follow on. None coming out in time, but Gendron able to get to that puck. On the left side, pass looking for Roy at the top of the paint. Not able to do anything. Stefanillo in the corner. Tries to squirt it out to the point. Doesn't make its way cleanly to Leader. Now Byington into the zone with some moves. Byington gets the shot off, but Leader will wear that one instead. Gets the right position. Has it go off his backside. But nothing worse for wear. A shot maybe deflected on the way, but Minardi able to track it and batten down the hatches for the save. Off the boards, Gendron trying to read that one, 2-on-2. With one coming from behind, Gendron, he's staying with it, shooting and scoring! Gendron just sticking with that puck, not letting the Blue Devils knock him off of it. And he's able to get a shot away that cleanly beats Wood. With 4:58 to go in the first period, the Raiders have the first strike. Team high, 8th goal of the season for Kyle Gendron, the junior. Will make it 1-0. Now Watkins with a shot that deflects high into the netting and out of play. Raiders trying to get 2 goals in quick succession. Now another draw to the left of Wood. One battling for the draw. The center just standing on that spot there. Not letting anybody get to him is Armstrong at the point. Now for Watkins. Cross into the slot, broken up. Now sent down the ice. Moget on the run, trying to get there. But it'll get to the goal line first. And Armstrong had the positioning anyway. Third assist on the season for Gavin Roy. Second assist on the season for Alex Armstrong. On the 8th goal of the season for the junior Kyle Gendron, the 4th-year varsity player. Played as an 8th grader for Gardner High School before he went to Monty Tech. One of 2 4th-year varsity players on the Red Raiders. Owen Richard, the other netminder, was an 8th grader for Gardner. Played as an 8th grader, in fact. Played a half of hockey during that weird pandemic season against Leominster, of course. We mentioned Logan Wood, the goalie for Leominster, was on the roster during that pandemic hockey as the reserve to Ryan Melanson as an 8th grader. That's flipped into the 3rd row. Made his varsity debut against Fitchburg Monty Tech in his freshman season. Of the 12 games that we know the goalies who played for Leominster, we can tell you Wood played and started in 9 of those games. David Linus, the freshman netminder, has played in the other 3. Also came into a game in relief. Linus put up some solid numbers as a freshman. The ability to potentially push Wood a little bit and help motivate him. So that shot deflected into the netting and out of play. 3:47 to go in the first, 1-0 to Fitchburg Monty Tech. Meanwhile, the Raiders have been tandeming with their 2 junior netminders in Owen Richard and Easton Minardi. It's going to be 3 straight starts now for Minardi with tonight's start. But he's had a great run of play, but here's an on-man break for the Blue Devils. So there's a shot and a save. Byington feeding Michael Martin. And coming from post to post. And getting down and shutting the door there was Minardi. It's been play like that in which acting head coach Noah Saracen has been going back to Minardi in goal. He'll gobble that one up. Won't even have to stop Stranglehold for that. 6 saves for Minardi, 7 saves for Wood. 3:31 to go in the first period, 1-0 Raiders. Nick Paquette back in the right wing corner of his own zone. Some stick work. Just barely kept in there by Tyler Woods. They can't do anything with it. Stretch it out far side. Pushed into the zone by Bruno. Behind the net, Gendron with an active stick. Tyler Woods trying to clear it. Gets it to Mike Martin. Wants to pass it around Gavin. Can't get the positioning. Byington's shot goes just wide. Jordan Adu tracking on the far side. That's kept in. Second effort will be successful to get it out of the zone, and a 3-on-2 for the Red Raiders. Jenrid will drop it off. Bruno can't get a shot away. Strong stick work by Jacob Turner, and he blasts into the zone. Turner created a breakaway, shoot, scores! The sophomore's explosiveness pays off for the Blue Devils. Jacob Turner scores to tie the game. As we mentioned in the pregame, we only know the identity of 20 of the 30 point scorers this season for the Blue Devils, but we know that Turner has been involved in 12 of those 20 goals. That's a strong participation percentage. And you can see with that example why he has so many goals, at least his 9th this season. Just like that, the Devils on senior night have tied it at 1 from the sophomore. Stretched up right side. Daniels trying to play that along. Tatkins.
Double goal by number 14, Jacob Turner. Assist, number 12, Dave Monty. Tying that goal 12-31. First period.
Now coming into the zone again are the Blue Devils. Carter Bourget not able to get the cleanest of shots away. The right side corner, Carlson will win that puck. Spit it out to the red line. It's turned back in by Larson. Stretched up ice to the red line and dumped back in by the Blue Devils, but from behind the red line, that is not legal. And that will result in the puck migrating to the other end of the ice with 78 seconds to go in the first period in a 1-1 hockey game. Shots 8-7 in favor of the Red Raiders. Raiders have definitely been dominating in time of possession. A lot of shots going wide and off target of Wood. Well, the Raiders lost a stick out in front of Paquette. Armstrong will get to that puck on the left side boards, thrown into the stop. Stefanillo's shot. Wood able to get a piece of that.
1 minute, last minute of play, first period.
Under 60 seconds to go in the first frame. Off the boards on the near side. Cam Begnosh will pick it up at his own blue line. Looking for Gavin Roy, overshot and sent back. That's not going to make it to the goal line. Raiders will have to go all the way back in and retrieve. Can't play that cleanly. Lucas Renda try to play a little bit of keep away. And here's Armstrong trying to come in with a burst. He gets a shot off, stopped by Wood. And they'll hold for a draw with 24.1 to go in the period. 10 shots for the Raiders, 7 for the Devils. Shot will come to the right of the junior. Won by the Raiders. Tucker Watkins into the corner. Watkins will feed it out to the left point. Take a shot, but that'll go wide to the right. Byington hold it against the boards with 4 seconds to go in the period. Just play a bit of keep away. And also a delayed penalty to note at the end of this period. A cross-check indicated. So the Blue Devils will start the second period with a 2-minute power play. Raiders had the run of play for most of the period. Blue Devils had their flashes.
Shots on goal first period. Raiders 10 and the Devils had 7.
One of those flashes brighter than the others. It's Jacob Turner, the leading goal scorer for the Leominster Blue Devils, getting on the board late in the first period. After Kyle Jenner, the leading goal scorer for the Red Raiders, opened the scoring a couple of minutes prior with some nifty moves in the offensive zone. One of the referees talking with the Leominster coaching staff as well, discussing what have we. And we'll get that whole penalty situation sorted out as we get ready for the start of the second period. But for now, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. One period of play here on the senior night for Leominster High School, as the Blue Devils holding the Red Raiders to 1 in the first and getting one of their own. 1-1 through 15 minutes of play here at the Wallace Civic Center. We'll take a break and we'll be back. The second period of action, so don't go away. This is Red Raider Ice Hockey on FATV.
For cross-checking, that penalty was called at 15 minutes of the first period.
And we're back here at the Wallace Civic Center here in Fitchburg, getting ready for the start of the second period of action for the Rivalry on Ice Part 2 of the 2024 season. The Leominster Blue Devils and the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders. 1-1 through 15 minutes of play. Daniel Bolak here with you. Travis Falco on camera. Happy to have you along with us here tonight. Shots in the first period were 10-7 in favor of the Red Raiders. They got the opening strike from Kyle Gendron, his 8th goal of the season. Just put a lot of great moves on as he cut through the Blue Devil defense and able to manufacture a very pretty goal. Well, the Blue Devils answered back. Exactly half of the period to go at that point. There was 4:58 on the clock with Gendron's goal, and with 2:29 on the clock when Jacob Turner equalized for Leominster with just a pure burst of speed, creating a breakaway and able to sneak it past Easton Minardi to make it 1-1. Colin Hines went off for cross-checking at the very end of the first period, so a full 2-minute power play for the Leominster Blue Devils to start this second period of action. It's our first power play of the night. Dylan Gaudreau gets laid out as the puck makes its way to the right wing corner for Johnny Denning. Raiders get on that, spit it out, or try to, but it was kept in by Turner, who throws one towards goal. It goes just high and wide. On the right side, gets past Jordan Nadeau in the corner for Gaudreau. He whiffs on it. Second effort moves it along a little bit. Cam Begnosh getting in the way. Puck is loose in front of Minardi. A strong poke check keeps that away from Blue Devil sticks. And a 2-on-1 developing. Austin Haas trying to feed Cody Burkio, excuse me. Those were the two who had the goals just a few days ago down in Gardner. Not able to make something happen there. They'll continue their game of keep away, though, as the puck makes its way back to Cam Begnosh, who dumps it all the way down. Wood lets it go as it goes to the far side. And the Blue Devils will pick it up. Skated up from Byington. He puts on the moves, puts the brakes on, takes the shot saved by Minardi. Gets it with the right pad. Raiders clear again, tipped by Adu, but off his fingertips and out of the zone. Aiden Dale will pick it up. 40 to go on the power play for Leominster. The captain Adu goes across the ice to Dale. That intercepted by Burkio, tries to blast it back into the Blue Devils zone. Unsuccessful, comes back to him. Second effort, he'll pass it off to a teammate who will send it down to the Blue Devil blue line. 20 to go on the power, and dump back down again. One shot on this man advantage for Leominster. Miscommunication on the pass. Jackson Leader takes him to the blue line, tries to dump it down. Getting in the way was Carter Moget. On the right side, stick work for it. Hines is out of the box, back to full strength are the Red Raiders. They try to feed that to Hines. Not able to get there, but Jacob Pruno instead will have the breakaway. Makes the moves and a save by Wood. Gets the pad on it, and that's floated all the way down for Johnny Denning. He gets the shot off, and Minardi gets a piece. End-to-end action there. On the left side, going to the side of the net. Ends up going behind it. But Minardi got down and covered that near side post just in case. And still has to be ever ready. There's the shot. Minardi was already down and able to make the save without having to really move. Rebound was a little dangerous, but the Raiders get a hold of it nevertheless. And that's dumped in on goal. The bouncer in the ice is tracked by Wood. And he was able to gobble that up for a draw. 12-11 to go, second period, 1-1 the score. Those high arcing shots where it bounces on the ice. You never know quite what direction the puck may bounce in. This ends up going down for icing, and right back down to one side of wood will go again. They'll bring it back down. 2 woods left. Get to take the draw for the Raiders. Eventually controlled by the Blue Devils. Dominic Bork had the draw for Leominster. This goes to the right side. The shot from a tough angle, not on target. Kept in by Bork, but right on the stick of Matt Daniels. He gains the red and the blue. The sophomore goes in the left wing corner. Paquette trying to pick that free. Blue Devil falls behind the play. Back up ice, stretched into the Raiders zone and paddled down by Minardi. Raiders will dump it out of the zone from the near side. Bit of miscommunication though. That leads the Blue Devils able to regain the zone with Jordan Adu on the right side to the point. Blasted, looking for a redirection. I think it went off a stick, but ended up going wide of the cage. Find that Caden Byington puts some moves on to keep control of the puck. We're not able to do much with it. Paquette battling a little bit. Byington trying to get in close. Doesn't get anything away. Raiders trying to develop another odd man rush. Smart as Paquette throws that wide to the left. Pops out to Ben Jeanette. Out of the reach there on the right side. We have a whistle. What have we here? Looks like we've got a slash indicated. Caden Byington already knows he's the guilty party. Right on the whistle, he skated straight to the bin. He knew what he'd done. First power play coming for the Red Raiders with 10:39 to go in the second period. Blue Devils already had a power play this period, didn't find any success on it. One shot on target there. See, the Raiders can do a little better. Tight angle opportunity for the Raiders, but that goes high off the glass. Tucker Watkins will pick it up in the right wing corner. Goes to Hines. Now back for Watkins. He'll change places with Hines. Will go into the corner. Try to put it across through the paint. Wanted leader on the other side. Come all the way to the left point for Armstrong. Will loft into the right wing corner for Watkins. Watkins goes to the top. Berkio's shot is wide. Armstrong steps up there. Throws it wide off the boards. Picked up by Watkins, who switches again with Hines. Watkins top of the right circle. Off for Hines down low. Back in front. Watkins scores! First varsity goal for Tucker Watkins. And a power play goal gives the Raiders the lead. The Raiders were buying their time on that one, just waiting for the right moment. And Watkins, we've seen him stick handle quite well. There's a reason why he's been starting lately on that top line for the Red Raiders. They know there's a lot of potential in that young man. And the freshman's got his first varsity goal. Here's Stefanillo feeding up for Gavin Roy. He takes the shot, but it's wide to the left. Denning tries to clear, gets lost in the skates of Berkio. Sent down the ice, Mayu in pursuit, and tracks it for the icing.
Raiders second goals by the 7, Tucker Watkins. Assist to number 20, Colin Hines. And number 17, Jackson Leader. Time of the power play goal, 5:24, second period.
So the assists going there to Hines and to Leader. 5 assists in the season for Leader and 8 assists on the season for Hines. He's the team leader in assists coming into today. Brett Mayu. Go far side, tries to find Gavin. Mayu will get it back, get a touch on. Devils trying to get in their way as they can. Raiders will dump in with the 65-footer. Wood will make the stop and hold for a draw. 8:46 to go, second period. Raiders lead 2-1. Goals for Jedred and Watkins for the Red Raiders. Jacob Turner's got the goal for the Blue Devils. That top line's on the ice there. Jordan do take the draw against Austin Haas. Top line of Adu, Byington, and Turner thrown in front. They score! Blasted home by Jacob Prudo. 2 goals in 56 seconds give the Raiders a 3-1 lead. Not too dissimilar from the last one, but this time going a little deeper in. Threw it right across. And boy, what a whack off the stick of Prudo. His 4th goal of the season. And he put that home with authority. Blue Devils looking for a response. A shot through a lot of traffic, loose in front. A couple of jams at it. But the puck pinballs away from the goal. Out to the right point, it's kept in. Begnosh tries to clear it out. Cody Larson continuing to try to keep that in the zone, but it's taken by Haas. He'll gain the zone, drop it off. Prudo's shot. Wood got a piece of that and blocked it into the netting and out of play. 8 minutes to go in the second, 3-1 to the red and gray.
Raider third goal is number 26, Jacob Prudo. Assist to number 12, Kyle Jedwin, and number 11, Austin Haas. Time of the goal, 6:20, second period.
For my count, 5th assist of the season for Kyle Jedwin, and Austin Haas has his 5th as well. Draw one by the Raiders. Begnosh's shot is stopped by Wood. Approaching halfway in this contest. 7:54 to go in the second period. Raiders now leading 3-1. That shot nearly struck the ceiling and nearly struck the netting, but missed both of them by probably combined 8 inches. Taking all the vertical and horizontal real estate this building has to offer. Nick Atkins on the right side for the Red Raiders. Staying with it, moving it to the left side. The left point shot is blocked. Gaudreau got in the way of that for the blue and white and black. Spit down the ice, Begnosh for Atkins, gets a touch on. Here's Paquette in the zone with Jeanette cutting to the goal, but Paquette loses a handle on it. He tries to keep control, getting around 3 Blue Devils. Logan Wood's poke check, though, takes it off his stick, but Paquette's got it back again. Tries to take a shot, goes off the skate of a Blue Devil. Out to the right point, Begnosh trying to keep it in, just barely did so. But a moot point nevertheless, as it comes out of the zone. Back to the far side. Raiders continuing to buzz. They get the shot there from Jeanette. The stop made by Wood. Look at Wood, he's got some flow going. He's got some hair sticking out of the back of that helmet. The grizzled veteran in goal for the Blue Devils. Still has another year left in his high school career, just a junior. Hines can't get all of it on the one-timer, and out in front, Berkio trying to put that through. That shot goes wide. Deflected away from goal. Hines keeping on his stick out to the right point. Matt Daniels trying to keep it in the zone with Tucker Watkins. Unable to do so, out and back in, it'll have to go. Back around the boards, off the skates of Hines. Berkio tries to pick that up behind the net. And a collision there, Johnny Denning colliding with a Raider and leader. Here's Watkins again. Putting on the moves. Passes up Berkio. Leader's shot deflects wide and over the net. Back to Berkio, the right side. That one will go down the ice. No icing this time. Blue Devils will change up all the personnel. Berkio regaining the zone. Gets the right circle and not much farther. Leader kept it in, tried to feed it to Hines. Went behind him, didn't know it was coming for him. Stretched out of the zone. Daniels trying to get in the way, but Byington able to create some space, but gets the puck in the right wing corner. Back where the reinforcements have arrived, and he can't do anything with it. Here's Watkins skating up again, the freshman, into the zone. Getting harassed there by Adu, the senior. Back around, right side, Gavin's shot. Hits the side of the net. 4:45 to go in the second. 3-1 Red Raiders in front. Brett Mayu on the left side, holding in circle. Shot is saved. And another shot goes wide. Left wing corner, Aiden Dale tries to clear it, hits the net and goes out of play. 4:26 to go in the second. Shots 20-9 in favor of the Red Raiders in this period. That's 10-2. The head coach is in charge for these two teams, both relatively young. Frank Mooney, fourth-year head coach, seventh year with the Leominster program. Was a JV coach for 3 years and a varsity coach the last 4. 2016 graduate of Stonehill College out in Easton. Before that, that's into the bench and out of play, and it actually took a second for everyone to realize. Hear the thunk off the glass, but that thunk was off the glass that was in the bench. David Linus will throw that back in to the official. At it all the way. Coach Mooney there for the Blue Devils, graduated from Lincoln Sudbury High School. Played varsity out there. Meanwhile, for the Red Raiders, acting head coach Noah Saracen, he's been an assistant for a number of years for the Red Raiders. 2016 graduate of Monty Tech. Was a captain for this Red Raider side less than a decade ago. Players will move it along into the Blue Devil end. 3:35 to go in the second, and a 3-1 lead to the visitors. Byington not able to do anything with that. And Mayu falling into Mike Martin there, away from the play. That's going to be a penalty. Players getting tied up there, and I think they signaled an elbow as well. I was figuring it was probably going to be interference. Mayu asking for a little more clarification on that. Players came and collided with the puck unavailable, but the bigger problem was the fact that Mayu got his elbow up. So I would have thought an interference, but regardless if it goes in the books as interference or elbowing, it's 2 minutes on the board and power play number 2 for the Leominster Blue Devils. A little high sticking instead. Nevertheless, that will go into the Leominster bench for the second time in the last few minutes. Got another face-off with 2:50 to go in the second period, 1:30 to go on this man advantage. Much stronger defensive effort for the Raiders in the second period. So there's a shorthanded chance by Haas. That's stopped by Wood. Thrown all the way down the ice and icing against the Blue Devils. Always rough when you're on the power play and you commit icing. The only consolation with Federation rules, 5 fresh skaters coming on the ice. Draw will come to the left side of Logan Wood, 18 saves for the junior netminder. His counterpart, Easton Minardi, has made 8 thus far Armstrong with a shot. That's patted away by Wood. Gendron protects against the boards. Wrestling match for the puck. Won by the Blue Devils is Gaudreau. Passing it along, settled down by Denning. Not liking the direction of entry. Blue Devils will reset and regroup. Kick save on the dump-in shot by Adu. Blast of the right point. Tracked and gobbled up by Minardi. Couple quick shots for the Blue Devils. Only had one on that first power play. He'll have at least two on this one with 43 seconds to cook. They trail by 2, 3-1 on senior day for Leominster High School. Blue Devils have 20 players on their roster, 5 seniors, 3 juniors, 9 sophomores, and 3 freshmen. It's definitely a younger team, and Colin Hines trying to manufacture a breakaway will manufacture a penalty at the very least. And with the stick loss there by Byington, just ends up having to swat at the puck with his hand to get the stoppage of play. Hooking is the call. Adu would like an explanation as the captain. And Byington is to the box for the second time in this period. So we'll play four-side for 31 seconds. So we'll play four. So with the four-side there, and then perhaps a carryover power play if things go a certain way. We'll add entire penalty carryover to start this period. So that's stretched up there to Carnival J.
2 minutes for hooking, time of the penalty, 13:09, second period.
On the near side, not able to keep it in, was Mike Martin. Fighting and scrapping for that puck is Pruno. So it pops out into the neutral zone. Hines had it dispossessed right at the moment that Mayu comes out of the box. He'll switch off for Berkio. So we go back to 5 players for the Red Raiders. High rising shot looking to go bar down. Just missed the mark a little bit. It will go into the netting out of play. 1:03 to go in the second. 1:12 to go on the penalty to Byington. And another draw to one side of Logan Wood. Due to take the draw against Watkins.
1 minute. Last minute of play, second period.
Eventually controlled by the Blue Devils. They'll dump it down the ice. Alex Armstrong will go and retrieve it himself. Armstrong will pass it up, but out of the reach for Hines, and straight back down again. Minardi will get it himself and feed it out to Jackson Leader. 30 seconds to go in the period. Armstrong with another rush up ice. Play that right to himself. Thinking about leaving for Watkins. Couldn't really get it off there. Trying to get to Berkio. That was blocked by Adu. And a second effort clears it out of the zone. Raiders have to tag again with 12 seconds to go in the period. One last rush up. 5 seconds. Watkins on the right side, trying to make his way all the way to goal. Lost his footing. Raiders can't get another shot off, and that brings an end to the second period of play. 2 goals for the Red and Gray in the second period. 1 from Tucker Watkins, 1 from Jacob Bruno. Those goals coming 56 seconds apart. And through 2 periods of play, the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders lead the Leominster Blue Devils by a score of 3-1.
Raiders 12 and the Devils 4.
That was one of the big keys for the Red Raiders in the second period. Far more defensively sound. Really didn't let the Blue Devils get too many opportunities down ice. Definitely no breaks on Minardi this time. And a strong second period, really what Coach Saracen and the rest of the Red Raiders were looking for. Still another 15 minutes to play. Raiders will have a 9-second carryover power play to start the third period. But for the Red and Gray, It's about keeping the momentum going, keeping the mojo rolling, keeping the play as it's been going. The second period was to plan, and they'll be hoping they'll get another period to plan. While the Blue Devils, if they want to avoid having their senior day spoiled, will have to spoil those plans. 30 minutes in the books here at the Wallace Civic Center. It's the Leominster Blue Devils 1 and the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders 3. We'll have a break, and we're back with the third period in just a few moments, so don't go away. This is Red Raider Hockey on FATV. We're back here at the Wallace Civic Center, getting ready for the start of the third period of action between the Leominster Blue Devils and the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders here on senior night for Leominster High School. The visiting Raiders lead by a score of 3-1. Daniel Bolak here with you, Travis Falk on camera. Happy to have along with us here tonight on FATV. Two teams were level at 1 apiece through 15 minutes of play. Shots were 10-7 in favor of the Red Raiders. However, 2 goals in the second for Fitchburg Monty Tech, and they held Leominster to just 4 shots on goal in that frame. Goals for the Raiders for Kyle Jennerin in the first, Tucker Watkins his first varsity goal in the second, and Jacob Pruno adding 1 as well. Meanwhile, for the Blue Devils, Jacob Turner from Caden Byington, the lone goal that came with 2:29 to go in the first. Manufactured breakaway. As Turner was shot out of a cannon, basically, blasted into the zone. And now after this second period where the Blue Devils could only get 4 shots on goal, 3 of them coming on the power play, what can they do to try to salvage their senior night? And for the Red Raiders, having lost 3 in a row, trying to get back to their winning ways and get themselves back on track for a state playoff slot. They could definitely use the win tonight. They could honestly use another goal, because they're going to want the maximum 3-goal margin of victory at the very least, get as many points as they can out of it, try to give themselves a little more safety in the power ratings. Raiders coming in tonight rated 31st in Division 4. Top 32 automatically get in the playoffs, but outside the top 32, you need a 500 record or better. The Raiders coming in 6-8. They knew coming in they definitely can't afford to drop this game. And right now, doing what they need to do, especially with that second period. We'll have to keep it up for 15 more minutes. And for Leominster, looking for another victory, trying to finish their senior night on a high note. And what better way to do that than coming from behind and beating your arch rival? Leominster goes left to right in the home whites. Raiders go right to left in the road reds. Just a few seconds of carryover penalty time against Caden Byington. He comes out of the box. 9 seconds into the period, his penalty expires. And back to full strength we are. That goes off of Byington. He's going to get to that puck first. He tries to go around the net, wrap it around. A couple Raiders in the way saying they're not going to let him do just that. The near side, here's Jacob Turner. Intercepting, getting that shot off. Saved by Minardi, loose! As it went off his paddle and trickled away into a tough spot. He was able to go from post to post, ultimately forced that shot wide. Armstrong staying on that puck. Now he falls to the ice, not able to keep his skates. Now he retains them and regains them, gets the shot on, and Logan Wood will make the stop. Blue Devils definitely came out buzzing here in the first minute. A couple of solid opportunities. Shots 23-13 in favor of the Red Raiders. That one put wide. One of the Raiders falling awkwardly to the ice. Couldn't keep his footing going, and then a Blue Devil pushing the boards quite hard there at Aiden Dale. Nothing but an icing. Dale's having a little bit of trouble, though, getting back up on his skates. He is on his skates now. Asking if he's all right. He feels like he's fit enough to stay on the ice. Remember that he's not obligated to stay on the ice because Federation rules do allow the line change, but he feels he can skate this one off. Hines in the right wing corner for Berkio. Tries to push it to the point. But taken and dumped down. Out to the right side. Dom Bork. Along the boards to the left side. Raiders shaking off the Devils and getting to the red line. Hines backhands into the zone for Watkins. Had the go-ahead goal in the second period. Gavin being punched to the board there. Watkins keeps that in. Now taken away, Berkio, creating some space on the right side. Shot saved by Wood. Back out to Berkio and to Hines. Tried to feed him in the slot. Couldn't settle it cleanly enough. Dumped down the ice, right on goal. Minardi will just move that away with the paddle. Berkio keeping control of it, but just really having trouble putting the puck in a place where he can actually move it somewhere. Kyle Gendron rubbed into the boards by Turner. He'll keep control. Cuts right in front, but a stick gets in the way and doesn't let him get the clean shot off. Back into the corner for Austin Haas. Haas looking. Pressured by Turner. Squirted out into the slot, but picked up by Moget. Sophomore forward Carter Moget into the zone. Tried to get the pass off Brett Mailloux. Had none of it. Mailloux moves it along. Prudeau trying to touch it along, but moved back. Gaudreau's pass doesn't go anywhere. Here come the Raiders. Mailloux across, one-timer, scores! Beautifully cutting to the net and redirecting that home. The Raiders lead 4-1. Second goal of the night for Jacob Prudeau. And he went right where he needed to be. 4-1 to the red and gray. They've matched the scoreline that they had in the first meeting from back on January the 11th. That one, Nick Paquette had 2 goals. Cody Berkio had a goal and 2 assists. Jacob Prudeau had a goal. Owen Richard made 17 saves. Turner from Byington in the final minute of that game is what broke up the shutout, and we have a penalty against Leominster. Jordan Adu is going to sit on the naughty step for 2 minutes or less.
Devil penalty number 20, Jordan Adu. 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 3:28, third period.
Adu goes for the trip. Trying to keep that in on the near side. Standing his ground as best he could was Alex Armstrong. Raiders have tagged back up. Now they start to put the pressure on as they regain the zone. Watkins and Hines working together. Watkins feeds Hines. Now down on his knees, trying to backhand it towards goal as leader.
26, Jacob Prudeau. Assist to number 13, Brett Mailloux, and number 17, Jackson Leader. Time of that goal was 3:21, third period.
Mailloux picks up his 3rd assist of the season, 2nd assist of the night for Jackson Leader. There's a shot from the right side, saved by Wood. Loose, score! It's Hines who puts that home for the Raiders' 2nd power play goal of the night. They lead 5-1. Only a matter of time before Colin Hines got in on the scoring party. The leading point scorer on the Raiders with his 1st of the night. With such a yawning net there, wasn't going to miss, but now here's a turnover and a shot whiffed on. A golden chance for Johnny Denning. They'll have nightmares about that tonight. On the whistle here, it looked like Travis Carlson was having trouble regaining his skates. Tripping will be the call. Taken to the ice illegally by Don Bork. Back on the power play, the Raiders will go. Lost his traction, lost his footing, and then trying to get back up. He was really having trouble getting back up on his skates. Raiders up by 4 now with another power play. Players continue to tumble there on the right side. Carlson tried to protect. Now to the left side, Gavin. On the whistle, the call an offside there. Two-point night for Tucker Watkins and a three-point night for Jackson Leader. All assists for the sophomore from Fitchburg High School. Flicked up there, Jeanette not able to keep it in the zone. Armstrong will dump in. High riser will go into the netting. They're only going to move the face-off a little farther back, though, for that. The Raiders were badly offside. But no, they'll just put it at the standard spot. Slight advantage to the Raiders on that, too. That shot was from behind that spot. Actually gained real estate with the offside. 60 seconds to go on this power play. That high riser there by Armstrong will be a little over the net. Nick Paquette on the right side. He got dispossessed. Blue Devils will skate it up. Here's Turner, who had such great moves. You can see Jeanette and Paquette really working on that, and then a slash behind the plate. And that shot and scored! Cam Begnosh puts it off the near side, posted in. Fans wanted a penalty behind the play, but who cares about that? The Raiders have a third power play goal, and they lead 6-1. Three goals in 3 minutes and 4 seconds for the Red Raiders. They're starting to turn this one into a laugher. First 5 goals of the night for the Red Raiders got 2 assists. Cam Begnosh's goal here gets none. Here's a steal by Adu with a shot, he scores! The captain on senior night, Jordan Adu, makes it 6-2. There's a feel-good moment for the Blue Devils. Coming away with the steal. And Adu with a lot of space. Tremendous shot released. At least his 4th goal of the season for the senior captain. One of 5 seniors honored tonight here by the Blue Devils. And for one who's been a varsity player for 4 years. The only other player on this roster who's been varsity for 4 years is Logan Wood. Now Pruno into the zone. He's got a break on goal. His shot goes wide. He was looking for the hat trick. He was fouled on that. And we're going to get another power play for the Red Raiders with 7:37 to go in the third. And it's Adu, the goal scorer. He's going to get a goal and a penalty announced. So we can say safely, I think this senior night has not gone to plan, as that shot goes off in front and a loose puck going to Hines. To Haas, excuse me, couldn't get there. And whistle.
Time of that penalty, 7:23, third period. Devil's second goal was by number 20, Jordan Adu. Assist to number 12, Caden Byington. Time of that goal was 6:58 in the third period.
Byington gets the lone assist on Adu's goal, just like he got the lone assist on Turner's goal. 2 assists on the night. Byington with at least 9 assists. A big pickup for the Blue Devils. The former St. Bernard's Bernardian. He's been a big contributor for the blue, black, and white. And as a junior, he'll have another season here with Leominster High School. That shot blocked down in front. Now picked up there. Pruno's shot couldn't make its way all the way through. One of the Raiders slow to get up. Trying to stay in the play now as he's back up on his skates. That one sent down the ice and cleared. That was Austin Haas out in front. As Minardi will settle it. Some pressure there from Carter Mojet. Here's Kyle Gendron. So the Raiders reset, 1:03 to go on the power. Trying to split all the defenders. Gendron realized the puck's right back to him. Can't make much of a play on it. Cleared out of the zone. Raiders will tag. Here's Berkio. He loses it off his stick. Watkins trying to protect it. Begnosh stepping up, taking it, shooting, saving by Wood. 6:16 to go in the third period. Action-packed period, 4 goals. And the Raiders lead 6-2. Shots in this period are 9-4 in favor of the Red Raiders. Draw one by the Raiders, but they can't keep it in the zone. And perfectly splitting the defenseman. That shot was patted aside by Wood. Had that puck gone in, it would not have counted. Raiders were offside and had not tagged up. In fact, they won't even give Wood a save for that. And technically, you get a save if you put a shot on target, and if not for the goaltender's effort, it would be a goal. But on the offside there, even if Wood wasn't there, had it gone in the net, it would not have counted. Going all the way around the net was Armstrong, trying to spin around, get a shot on, but couldn't get it out. Penalty is up to Adu. And a great stretch pass for him. He is 1, badly offside, and 2, that is quite obviously icing. So bring it back to the right of Wood. 5:31 to go in the third. 6-2 Raiders. The explosive third period they were very much looking for. Also a strong night from the power play. 3 for 5 on the man advantage of the Red Raiders tonight. Here is Adu, that top line. Threatening to make something happen. That shot goes wide behind the net. Dale, his shot looking for a redirection. Wood, let's see, Adu got his Wood on that. But nothing more than that. For Stefanillo, trying to feed it forward for Travis Carlson. Gavin Roy standing in as well. Now up ice, a shot. A kick save by Minardi. 13 saves required tonight from the junior netminder. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation time and a 4-goal lead for the Red Raiders. We're out to the blue line. Backhanded in the direction of goal by Larson. Raiders will flip it up ice. Here's Roy going to goal. But a great save by Wood. Having to use all of his athleticism there. The belly flop to the ice and keep that out of the net. 4:25 to go in this game. Next game for these two teams, Fitchburg, Monty Tech will have their senior night 2 nights from now on Saturday night as that gets back towards Wood. They'll cover that one up as well. That'll be against Lunenburg Ayer Shirley. That'll be after the game against Fitchburg, Monty Tech, and Worcester State. Fitchburg State and Worcester State at 4 o'clock. So that'll be a little after that. We will have that coverage here on FATV for you of both games. As for Leominster, their next game is going to be Saturday the 10th up at Cushing Academy in Ashburnham. They'll take on Oakmont. 5 o'clock puck drop scheduled there from Mario Arena. Behind the net and around to the near side. Read by Lucas Renda. Pass up on the near side. And a long shot by Johnny Denning. Shut down by Minardi. Can't get out of the zone. Another shot by Renda. And kicked away by Minardi. Ryan Gavin trying to backhand out of the zone. Jacob Turner keeps it in. Down the left wing corner. Fed out. Here's Turner stepping up, shooting. Redirected wide. Raiders able to get it out of the zone. Turner's listed as a forward, but having watched him play, he's playing mostly out of a defenseman's position in this game. I imagine he's one of those top all-around players for the Blue Devils. Really going where he has to. Some chances there in front, they score! And it's a hat trick for Jacob Pruno. His 4th, 5th, and 6th goals of the season make it 7-2. I did say coming in that Pruno felt a little snake bit, I think, with the goal tallies, and well, he's gotten over that pretty quickly. 3 goals for Jacob Pruno today, and it's 7-2 Red Raiders, but here's a 3-on-2 for the Blue Devils. Not going away quietly.
7 goals by number 26, Jacob Pruno, unassisted.
Pruno's goal's unassisted. He comes in, drops off, tries to find Gendron. He can't handle the drop pass. Here's a shot that deflects wide of the net. Now Gendron throws it towards goal. Paddled into the corner by Logan Wood. Turner tries to hit that stretch pass. Just trying to find Carter Moget. Now Dylan Gaudreau with a touch in the slot. Can't keep control of it. Under 2 minutes to go in this contest. 7-2 Red Raiders in front. Jackson Leader with a 3-point night. Puts the shot on. Roy battling in front. Wood sprawling every which way. May have kept a couple of those shots out. Lost his paddle for good measure. Just trying to track the puck the best he can. Now that comes out to the point. Daniels whiffs on the shot. Blue Devils will bring it up to the Raider blue line. Just enough time for Wood to regather his stick. And a shot by Haas, stopped by Wood. And he'll take a breather. With 1:14 to go in this game, 7-2 to the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders. Obviously, the Blue Devils have had their challenges this season. Another shot goes just wide of the net. Dom Bork back in out of the zone. Camp Begnosh settles on his own blue line. Trying to find Stefanillo and Roy. Now out of the zone. He'll come back to Begnosh. Pass misses Stefanillo into the right wing corner. We're under 1 minute to go in this contest. Carlson turns it towards goal, loose in front, they score! Chris Stefanillo gets on the loose puck. And Mercy is declared 8-2. Helter-skelter in front of the net. And it's the first varsity goal for Chris Stefanillo. The sophomore pots that home. The clock keeps running because new rules this year in MIAA hockey. A 6-goal lead in the third period declares mercy. They won't drop the puck. They'll finish it there. It's an 8-2 win for Fitchburg Monty Tech. A 5-goal third period for the Red Raiders. And for the first time this year, they've won a game with the red shirts. There was a point when they were 6-6. They were 6-0 wearing the white shirts as the designated home team and 0-6 wearing the red ones as the designated road team. They finally got their first loss in the white shirts on Saturday. And after picking up another one, they finally get their first one with the red ones.
Devils had 7 for a game total of 18, and your final score, Fitchburg Red Raiders 8 and the Leominster Blue Devils 2. Your FATV 3-star selection for this evening's game. Number 3-star for the Raiders, defenseman number 17, Jackson Leader with 3 assists tonight. Second star of the game goes to Raiders center, number 7, Tucker Watkins, with a power play goal and an assist tonight. And your number 1 star, captain of the Raiders, number 26, Jacob Pruneau, with 3 goals tonight.
And well-deserved 3 stars there for the Red Raiders. 3-point night for Jackson Leader, goal and an assist, including the first varsity goal for Tucker Watkins, and a hat trick for Jacob Pruneau to spoil the Blue Devils senior night. And the game capped with the first varsity goal for Chris Stefanillo. First period maybe a bit slow going, but the last 2 periods right to plan for the Red Raiders.
Special guest appearance by Marlboro's best Zamboni driver, Pat Figueroa.
And really, what a performance by the Raiders in the last 30 minutes of this contest, really taking over the game and really punishing the Blue Devils on the power play. 3 for 5 on the man advantage the Raiders go. And the end goals for Gendron, for Watkins, Pruneau 3 times, for Colin Hines, for Cam Begnosh, and Chris Stefanillo. Leominster gets their goals from Jacob Turner and Jordan Adu. The captain scoring on senior day, what may very well be the last game he plays in a Blue Devil uniform here at the Wallace Civic Center. But the Red Raiders get the victory they need and then some. An 8-2 final for Fitchburg Monty Tech. Their most explosive game offensively this season. The Raiders go to 7-8, 4-6 in Coughlin Conference play. The Blue Devils fall to 1-14-2, 0-10 in the Coughlin. Once again, our next games on Saturday, the 10th. We'll have a doubleheader of hockey at 4 o'clock. Fitchburg State will have their senior night, I believe, as they'll be taking on the Lancers of Worcester State for a 4 o'clock puck drop. And then after that game concludes, don't go away, you'll see senior day for Fitchburg Monty Tech as they'll take on the Blue Knights of Lunenburg Air Shirley. A doubleheader of hockey for you this upcoming Saturday here on FATV. And we'll hope you'll join us then. But for now, we'll sign off here from the Wallace Civic Center. Final score for the final time, the Leominster Blue Devils 2 and the Fitchburg Monty Tech Red Raiders 8. For Travis Falk on camera, everyone here at FACV, I'm Daniel Molak saying thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time. Until then, so long from Fitchburg.